Welcome everybody to Tntspices. Today we're going to cook ourselves up some ribs. I had a whole bone-in prime rib roast. I removed the bones from that prime rib roast, and we're going to cook these up. We're going to apply some of our Dragon Snake Armageddon hot sauce as a binder to both sides. Then we're going to apply a nice generous portion of our SPG seasoning to both sides of this. We're going to take this, we're going to let this sit in our refrigerator for a half hour to an hour before we go and we place this out onto our smoker.
1 hour later.
We have our smoker set at 250 degrees. We're going to let these stay out here and smoke for 3 hours. Now, as we're waiting, I'm going to take you in the house and we're going to begin to make a Dragon Snake barbecue sauce. Now, to begin, 3/4 cups of ketchup.
Don't lie to me.
As you can tell, that's not ketchup on the top. I also have a 1.5 teaspoons of mustard. We're going to place that into our pot. I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I have a 1/4 cup of molasses. I'm going to place 3 tablespoons of our Dragon Snake Armageddon hot sauce. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of water. I have 2 tablespoons of mangosteen juice. If you do not or cannot get a hold of mangosteen juice, you can use any juice that you prefer, apple juice, pineapple juice, whatever you want. And here I have 1 tablespoon of our SPG seasoning.
Delicious, so delicious.
I have 1.5 teaspoons of smoked paprika. And the last ingredient we're going to add, it's a combination, 1.5 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce in here, and I have 1/2 teaspoon of hickory liquid smoke. Now, we're going to mix and combine all these ingredients real well. We're going to heat this up and let this simmer probably 10 to 15 minutes to combine all of these flavors over a low heat. Our barbecue sauce has been simmering right between 10 and 15 minutes. We are now going to turn the heat off. We're going to set this to the side and we're going to use this later on with these ribs.
3 hours later.
We're now going to start the next step. I have 4 tablespoons of butter. I have myself 6 garlic cloves that I just roughly chopped up. I have 2 large onions that I sliced into nice big rings. In this bowl, I have 1 pint of mushrooms. These are baby bella mushrooms that are already sliced. We've cleaned these up. I have some Mike's Hot Honey. Now, you don't have to use Mike's Hot Honey. If you prefer to use regular honey, be our guest. I would say I'm probably giving it about 2 tablespoons worth of honey. Now, I'm going to take these beautiful beef ribs, lay them on top. I'm going to grab our Dragon Snake barbecue sauce that we made up. We're going to give ourselves a good 3 or 4 tablespoons worth of this sauce right on top. And lastly, we are going to add 2 more tablespoons of butter. We're going to wrap this up real well and throw this back out on our grill. But we are going to raise the temperature of our grill, not lower. We're going to raise the temperature of our grill to 300 degrees, and we're going to cook these an additional 2 hours. Our ribs were out on the smoker, racked good and tight for 2 additional hours. I've carefully opened these up. Oh, let me tell you, the smell is amazing. On these. We are now going to take our Armageddon barbecue sauce that we made. We're going to apply another coating. We're going to take these ribs back out to our smoker unwrapped. We're going to leave this foil here. We're going to leave all of our onions and mushrooms and garlic. We're going to take that out of this foil. We're going to drain all this, place this into a separate container to serve up with our meal. We're going to let these cook another hour, but we're going to lower the temperature of our smoker down to 180 degrees. We have drained all of our jus that was in the foil, put it in this bowl, and we've taken our onions, our garlic, and our mushrooms that were in the foil, placed it in a separate dish. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to just put this to the side as our ribs are continuing to finish cooking. The jus, I didn't throw that away. You can take some of this if you'd like. You can mix it into your barbecue sauce to help add even more flavor. You can freeze this and use it for multiple dishes in the future. You don't need to throw this away. It's got a ton of flavor. We're going to make a side dish to go with our ribs today. We're going to make ourselves a fresh kale salad. To go on top of that fresh kale salad, we're going to make ourselves our own Caesar dressing, but we're going to make a spicy Caesar dressing. So to begin this dressing, I have 1 egg yolk. I have 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. I have some sweet and hot mustard. It's 1 tablespoon. I have in here 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I have 1 tablespoon of honey. Now, we're using Mike's hot honey. You can use regular plain honey. That will work perfectly fine. But since we're making a spiced Caesar salad, I figured why not? I have 2 smaller garlic cloves that we're going to throw in. Then I have 2 tablespoons of our Italian Diablo sauce. I have some fish sauce. We're going to add about a teaspoon of fish sauce in here. Our last ingredient is going to be some olive oil. We are going to take an immersion blender. We're going to add it into our container here. Turn it down to a medium. Blend this up. Next, I'm going to slowly drizzle in our olive oil till we get it to the consistency that we want it to be. After giving us a taste test, there were 2 ingredients that I completely forgot about. Add a half a teaspoon of our SPG. We also added 2 tablespoons of some grated Parmesan cheese. Much better afterwards. My mistake. Our beef ribs were out on our smoker 1 additional hour. Our barbecue glaze has set very nicely. We're going to put 1 final coat of our Dragon Snake Armageddon barbecue sauce onto these. And then we'll slice these up and get these plated up. Yum, yum, everybody. This meal is finished. We have plated up everything. We have our ribs. We have our roasted onions and mushrooms and garlic. We have our kale salad, our homemade Caesar dressing. This is going to be absolutely delicious. We thank you, as always, for joining us here at Tntspices. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments. We always want to hear from you guys. And as always, as we say, God bless.
This is unbelievable.
TNT.